Hello everyone and welcome back to IMO Reviews. I have not been very well this week with a cold that is clinging onto me with its fingernails, so I do apologise if my voice isn't quite right. We're still getting over it. But while I've been feeling sorry for myself, I have been watching a ton of new movies. So much so that we're actually going to have to space them out and release them throughout the week because I can't be dropping 7 videos in one day. You'll get tired of me, I'll get tired of it too. So we're going to do this thing gradually, okay? Work with me. Starting off with Armageddon Time, directed by James Gray and starring Anthony Hopkins, Jeremy Strong, Anne Hathaway, Jessica Chastain, Jalen Webb, and Michael Banks-Repeta. This is a coming-of-age story for a young Jewish boy called Paul, who struggles to understand why his black friends are treated differently in the height of Ronald Reagan's election. So getting into what I liked about Armageddon Time, this is a beautifully made film with a wonderful set design and costume. It recognises its time period very nicely. And all round I thought the performances were outstanding. Anne Hathaway, the young boy Michael Banks-Repeta, and of course Anthony Hopkins, who is as always crushing it. I also appreciated that this movie has a very important and well-told message with an interesting outlook and understanding of life and people, and it will touch and warm your soul in a harrowingly beautiful way. And it's finished off with wonderful, realistic writing that fleshes out these characters and recognises the difficulty of morality and survival and why. And that probably was my favourite thing about Armageddon Time, how it really did understand that you can be a good person and a bad person at the same time. There is such a thing as being in a horribly foul mood, and then the next day you're sort of over it. I love that this movie sees and recognises that in people. It's so easy to see a character do something awful, and then in your mindset, he's the bad guy, he's the villain, he's awful. But life isn't as black and white as that. People do things they later regret and say sorry for. But I do have a few issues with the movie, and I think the big one is its pacing. This is a 2-hour-long movie, and it does feel a little bit slow and meandering at times. And it can be quite a heavy-handed movie. It's not really a problem for me. You know me by now. Skin like a rhino's arse. But I am putting it out there as a warning for anybody who isn't sure what this film is probably just taking a chance on it. Be warned. There is some heavy scenes that might make you uncomfortable. On a surface level, it might look like your happy-go-lucky Sunday afternoon watch, but it isn't that. Personally, I found that the longer this film went on, the more generic and predictable it became. Yeah, as it unfolded, I was starting to think, I bet that happens, I bet this is what happens to that character, I think this is what that character's going to do. And sadly, I was right, more often than not. It's almost as if the script doesn't quite know how to bring it all together from what it's originally built so well. And so rather than continue in a very original vein that it has been, it gets a little bit lazy and it becomes a little bit formulaic. So I'm going to give Armageddon Time a 7 out of 10. This is an incredibly poignant and thought-provoking story with fantastic performances all round, and it really chews over some interesting and deeply moving discussion points that can absolutely be applied to modern day. But that being said, I did find this movie to be a little bit too long in the tooth, and as much as it really is having a fantastic and interesting conversation, sadly, it really doesn't reinvent the wheel. Thank you for watching this review. Please be sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and please do hit the comment section as well. Have you seen Armageddon Time? What did you think about it? Let me know in the comment section below. And if you haven't had enough of my mad ravings, you can always click on these suggested videos here. I promise it's the wormhole you want to go down. But if not, take care, and I look forward to seeing you on the next review.